what we have today with us here today is the 2017 Hyundai Grand i10. Now, in case you're wondering what's really new about the car, well, to start with, you've got some design changes. Beyond that, you've got a new diesel engine, and you've got better fuel efficiency for both the petrol and diesel engine, and the interior too gets new features. So, do all of these features come together and make the Hyundai Grand i10 a better car than it was earlier? Let's find out. Let's start off with the design first. The new Grand i10 features Hyundai's familiar Fluidic Sculpture 2.0 design philosophy. Now, the new part in this car is, well, to start off with, the bumper is all new. Within this grille that you see here, Hyundai calls it the Cascade grille, and overall, along with these two sleek looking daytime running lamps, the front now looks a lot more sharper than the outgoing version of the Grand i10. Now, moving on to the sides, the changes are a little less visible than the front. However, what you get here is you get this new set of alloy wheels. These diamond cut alloy wheels look a lot better than the older model. You've also got this new body molding. So overall, from side, there's not much of a change in terms of silhouette, but the car looks a little more sleeker than the older version. Now, moving to the rear, well, this is the part where least of the changes have been implemented in terms of design. So the only notable feature is that you get a dual tone bumper where you have this black insert, and a small change in terms of the reflector on the roof. Apart from that, the rear remains the same. Now, once in the interior of the new Grand i10, you realize that this is where most of the changes have taken place. Now, the variant that we are driving is the Petrol with an automatic gearbox. It's a 4-speed automatic, so you see this here. But in terms of interior, the biggest change is this 7-inch touch screen. Now, the best part about this screen is that apart from offering the usual Bluetooth and other kind of connectivity, it also offers Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. So irrespective of what brand phone you own, you can enjoy seamless connectivity between your device and the car's infotainment system. Apart from that, you've got these steering mounted controls. You've got your Bluetooth telephony and the audio controls and the trip meter controls here. Beyond that, if you talk about material quality, all of it feels good. It's all made of good plastic, so it doesn't really feel cheap. Especially the top part of the dashboard feels a little bit more premium than the lower part. In terms of space as well, you've got enough cubby holes which are well thought out as well. So this one, for instance, is big enough to have a full-size smartphone, your sunglasses. You can store them away easily here. You've got bottle holders in the center console as well, and some cavities for your change and other things as well. So overall, a practical cabin, well built, good quality, but now you also get an additional touchscreen infotainment system. Now, being a small practical family car, the Grand i10 needs to have good space at the rear. And as you can see right now, I've got the driver's seat adjusted to my driving preference, and for reference my height is 5 feet 8 inches. Now I have enough leg room, and you can see I still have about a good 4-5 inches of room to spare. Now, the Grand i10 is a tall car, so again, no problem in terms of headroom. So even if someone as tall as 6 feet were to sit at the rear, I don't think headroom would be much of an issue. You've got this, the central tunnel is low, so if someone is sitting in the center, it won't be that comfortable, at least from the point of view of comfort for the legs. However, the seat width is not enough to accommodate 3 adults for a longer duration. So if you've got 2 adults sitting at the rear, well, they can be comfortable for a while. A large number of cars in this segment are used as the primary car for a family purpose, so it is important to have a boot that can store a decent amount of luggage. Now let's check how much luggage you can really put in the trunk of the Grand i10. Now, what we have here is our camera equipment, and as you will be able to make out, it's a little less than what a nuclear family might need on a typical weekend trip. And well, fitting it all of inside isn't really much of a problem. All of this has gone in with ease, and I think we can still put in a couple of laptop bags. So overall, a good boot. So now let's talk about how the new Grand i10 drives. Well, the one that we are driving, as I told you earlier, it's got a petrol engine. It's the 1.2 liter VT engine. It develops 81 horsepower and 113 Newton meters of torque. Now, for its size, its weight, and the class that it's slotted in, this is enough power. And the engine itself is a very smooth unit. So at idle, there's barely any sound you can hear from the engine. Even when you're trotting along at a comfortable speed of say 50 or 60 in the town, there's barely any vibrations or sound coming in from the engine. Now, while the engine is a good unit and it does the job well, the slight problem is the transmission, because what we've got here is a 4-speed automatic. It's a torque converter unit, and the only issue is that 4 gears feel 1 gear less than what it should have been. Now, when you're driving in city traffic, there's no problem really. I mean, the gearbox is pretty quick, so there's no lag. So on that part, the gearbox performs well. It performs upshifts and downshifts pretty quickly, so you don't have to wait for that. And the only problem arises when you're driving on the highways or when you're doing triple-digit speeds, because what happens is that when you're doing just above 100 kilometers, the engine RPM is almost 3000 RPM, and going higher just makes you feel the engine is getting strained, and that is the point when you feel an additional gear really could have helped. But that said, even the fuel efficiency for this new car has gone up, although slightly. Now it's up to 17.49 kilometers to a liter for the automatic version, and the reason for that is the inclusion of a new alternator management system, which Hyundai says regulates power consumption and in turn helps you save a few more drops of fuel. In terms of ride quality, well, Hyundai has mostly got the ride quality spot on in their cars, and the Grand i10 is no different. So most of the road undulation and bumps are dealt with in a good manner, so the occupants are largely insulated from these bumps. So on that front, the Grand i10 scores well. Even in terms of handling, well, the car is stable, so for the usage that it has been developed, it does the job well. And well, there's no point in really going around and talking about how good it is in terms of high speed handling, because this car isn't made for that job, and that's like putting a golfer into a football stadium and then judging him how good he can play football or not. So now we've come to the conclusion for the new Hyundai Grand i10, and overall the car seems to have incremental changes in forms of exterior design, but it features a major change when it comes to interior comfort and convenience, especially in the form of a new infotainment system. So if you're looking for a compact hatchback that offers good space, good features, a lot of practicality and is good to drive, the Grand i10 is a good bet. Hyundai has already sold more than 5.5 lakh of Grand i10 ever since it was launched, that are made from India. This new one looks good enough to take the story forward from here. Priced between 4.58 to 7.32 lakhs, all the variants of the new Grand i10 are priced as well and offer good value for money and good spec list. I hope you have enjoyed watching this video and have got all the information that you were looking for the new 2017 Hyundai Grand i10. If you want to watch more videos, please do not forget to hit that subscribe button, and for more information on the variant-wise pricing of this car and on any other car on sale, please visit www.expressdrives.com. Till then, drive safe, wear your seat belt and a helmet, and follow all traffic rules. Thank you.